What's up, guys?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to the Wee Wees Out podcast, where we do it with our wee wees out.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Haritos.
Jarritos.
Haritos.
All right. Let's just jump right into it now, guys. So we're a week late on the podcast. Let me explain why. I'm like kind of hyper right now. It's kind of weird.
This
But,
is our, what do you think, fifth, sixth attempt?
Yeah, this is like the 6th attempt. We've tried multiple times to do this today, but we got some new equipment, which we don't know about, and it's making everything a little bit harder. But we were we were a week late on the podcast because unexpectedly, I can't fucking talk. Unexpectedly, my fucking
No! No, Willie! You are not in the mood to talk about this right now.
God damn it, why am I so hyper? Holy shit.
Okay, so last week, Willie received some very unfortunate news. Super bad.
Yeah, and so I'm like laughing right now, but it sucked a lot. It was not fun. I didn't have the best of weeks. You know, I had to take a week off of work. But it's not the week that I wanted to take off of work. Because last Saturday I found out that my brother had passed away. Which is, it's only been 2 years and not even a month since my sister passed away, so it was making it that much harder, and I had to take the week off of everything, like literally my life. I put on hold for an entire week just because I needed that time to mourn, grieve, and be with my family while we dealt through all that stuff.
It's good. And his name was?
David Charles Smith, but I called him Charlie ever since I was born. That's what I knew him as, Charlie. But yeah, it sucks.
Yep. So, funeral, all that, the whole shebang. But he's back. And everything. So, next point, we have a myriad of topics today, and I don't have my phone. It's in the next room, so I'm going to run and go get that here in a minute after we talk about the new equipment we have. Like he was saying earlier, it's very difficult right now because we have a new camera, which you can obviously tell by the way things look. We're hoping to figure that situation out very soon. We'll see. And we got a mixer. A new one.
Yep, we got a mixing board, which I really only got. Like, what we had before was fine, but I really only got this so we could hook up more things. So maybe we could do, like, phone calls in the future, Skype calls, stuff like that, and maybe hook up a soundboard. Have different hook-ins, whereas before, the last one only had 2 hook-ins.
Can we also do 2 sets for the mic thing? Does that make any sense to you? No. Okay, never mind then. So we're back, and we're back in the saddle again.
And I'm back in black, you know what I'm saying?
Let's redo. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the No, I'm just kidding. First topic we're going to talk about today is Japanese internment camps. I'm going to leave it off at that and go get my phone.
All right, so basically what he wants to talk about is the Japanese internment camps and the way people are responding to them. Basically, back in the day, I don't know exactly when, but FDR had these Japanese internment camps. I'm just like repeating what you said earlier. So, And then, so people basically on Facebook are saying, kind of like supporting it, saying that we can't change the history, so why are we dwelling in it? History doesn't change itself, basically, which is a hunk of bullshit. But
basically what was happening was I saw a couple videos on this history page, or a couple photos of Japanese internment camps, and I was looking through the comments on them on Facebook, the epitome of human evil. And in the comments, there's a lot of people not necessarily supporting it, like outright being like, yeah, I'm glad. Although there was some people who said exactly that. They're like, I'm glad it happened. I wish they would have kept them in internment camps. Why? Insane. But anyways, the majority of people, I read over 100 comments, and the majority of those comments were of people saying, yeah, why are you talking about this? What's the point? Like, it's the world's so politically correct, we can't even like blah 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 justify why we did these things. It was the worst. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It just comes back. It's like a ripple effect. It comes back to just the argument for politically correct and just thinking for yourself, being your own person, which sounds fantastic. But people take it too far, especially in today's climate. It's like you're either super politically correct or you're the opposite end of the spectrum, and you say some dumb racist shit just to be not politically correct. And that is as much cancer as it is being super politically correct.
It's like just trying to prove a point that like
you just make yourself seem like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are saying it's like to prove a point of not to think. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird thing.
I'm sure people justify it to themselves, but being politically correct is fine, I think. That's fine and dandy. We started the podcast out, the first episode, we were like, we're not politically correct. And we said that because we're not. I say retarded and some other words. And that's fine. It's fine to say those things, I think. And it's also fine to not say those things. But it's not fine to go out of your way to just ruin someone else's time just because they're either saying things that you don't want them to say or they're not saying things you want them to say. So it's just, it goes right back to the two political sides that are just ever separating, like distant planets. I have no idea. So I think just they're just getting farther and farther away, their political ideals. And it's just going more and more extreme. And it just goes back to that. Because one side is like super PC and the other side is no, we can't be PC because we're not all pussies, which is just as cancerous as the other, which the people who aren't politically correct are like, their ears are bleeding right now because what they're hearing is just blasphemous.
Yeah. And like I was telling you earlier, I used to be that way. I used to get on Facebook every single day and want to like just ruin someone's day just because of what they posted. You know, someone would post something about maybe like women or something, and I'd get on it and be like, they belong in the kitchen. Like I would just say some fucking rude ass shit just because I was a little shit. And then it all just comes back to like, at some point between then and now, from some point when I was 17 to 21, I grew up a little bit and I was like, oh, I was an asshole. I shouldn't be an asshole. Let's be cool. Like,
and that's fine. I think at least a majority of people are assholes. And it isn't necessarily age specific, but normally they're more assholey in the beginning and become more mature. They grow up. They understand that you don't have to be a dick the whole time or go out of your way to be a dick.
That's what I think. Like, you can be mature and be an asshole, but I think it's more just like some people purposefully do it. And I think those are like younger people who like, which is just like a year or two behind me. I'm sure there's like
there's people our age who are just dicks too. And there are people much older than us. Much older. And it's about growing up isn't an age thing. Maturing has no age. You know, some people mature when they're 10. Some people mature when they're 50. Some people never mature. And it's just, society will be a lot better if you just grew the fuck up and matured.
Dude, I think I like fell in and out of maturity. Like, I think like
You have waves.
yeah, like when I was
ups
like
and
12, I was like, man, I'd never say something like that. Like fully mature when I was like 12 or 13, and then all of a sudden I was like 15 and was like, ah, like just
Fuck
like,
out you,
yeah,
feminist
just,
bitch.
like became this little shit. Like
Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, or you saw someone you wanted to emulate that were very put together. Usually those are the mature ones. So you saw it and you wanted to emulate it, because that's the way I was, at least. One day I would emulate these little shithead kids who threw rocks at people and all this terrible shit, and then another day I would emulate someone who was like perfect in every way, and I'd be like, I'm perfect too.
like I'm a Jeep pie.
I'm a sheep pie. Basically. So I mean, that was me personally. You could have honestly gone in and out of maturity all you wanted, Willie. All you fucking wanted.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it had a lot to do with the music I listened to, and also the people I hung out with. Because there was one friend specifically that I hung out with that did all sorts of crazy shit.
Daniel. Just kidding.
But that did all sorts of crazy shit that influenced me to, at the time, I'd say, to have more fun. And I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. It was fun being a little fucking dickhead. But now I'm older, you know.
I'm older.
I'm older. I got bills, you know. I can't hang out anymore. I got bills, like, you know. But basically, I don't know. I grew up a little bit, and I'm just a kid. I don't know. I
You really
honestly have
just
no
left
idea
that
where
off there,
fucking
huh?
going with this.
Just kidding. I mean, we got our point across. I wanted to talk about that, specifically about the Japanese internment camps. That is absolutely batshit, because I remember learning about it when I was a kid, in high school in American history. I mean, I learned about it before that, but we went in depth with it, and we talked about how that was unconstitutional to put American citizens
It was fucked
in
up.
those internment camps. What?
I said it was fucked up.
I mean, it was. I
put
mean,
it
would the
non-politically.
war have turned out differently if we had not put them in internment camps? We don't know. We have no idea. So the point is, we can speculate, and we can also look at the past and be like, that was generally viewed as wrong. That's fine. That's not being politically correct. That's history, looking back at history and realizing, let's not make that mistake again. And that is such an integral part of society, where we have to look back, because that's people. You literally, a huge saying is, history repeats itself if you don't fucking pay attention to it. And that's what that is. That's what I saw in those comments. That is people just disregarding history because fuck it.
I understand where some people could be coming from, like, oh, we don't need to dwell in that. As in, like, somebody, like, liberal, say extreme liberal, came in and was like, America sucks, here's why. Japanese internment camps. Like,
Interment.
whatever. But,
Internment.
but,
Japanese interns.
these Japanese interns suck, dude. But, no, like, they came in, they're like, we had camps, we suck now, we suck then, blah. And then I can
We gonna suck forever.
yeah, and then I can see some conservative being like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, I could definitely. Sorry, I just accidentally said the wrong thing. Texting my grandma real quick. Okay. Grandma comes first. No. I could see where some, I mean, conservative or not conservative, because I would see that and I would be like, all right, shut the fuck up. Because that's annoying.
Mhm.
That's obviously every country on earth has its flaws. Because you live in this one, you think this one's worse than the others. It's just like living in a town. You say the town sucks. It only sucks because you live there. and you're not trying to succeed or achieve your dreams or goals or whatever. So the town sucks. It's all the town's fault. It's just the same way.
Yeah.
Just personified.
It's just putting the blame somewhere else, you know.
But I can understand that. But in those specific comments about the Japanese internment camps, they were just like, fuck anyone who thinks this was wrong, dude. FDR did the right thing. Like, well, no, we don't know that, first of all. Second, it's generally viewed negatively by everyone before 10 years ago. It's like, I don't know what has happened in this political, like, we're moving forward in time, but as far as our outlook on history and other things, we're going backwards.
Our morality.
Yeah. Well,
I'd say our morality.
I say our morals it's really dependent, because there's plenty of people who have higher morals, and there's plenty of people who don't.
That's true.
And there's plenty of people who have higher morals but are shitheads.
Yeah.
Like, you could be morally fine and still be a fucking asshole too. Like, yeah, I mean, there's examples of that all the fuck around. So it's interesting. like liberal people are like, they obviously their morals are high. They don't believe in the death penalty. They think gun control is the right move because that'll solve everything, blah blah blah. But and then conservative people are the exact opposite. But both of their morals are high for the most part, I would say. The extremes of both. But they're still both kind of shitheads.
That's true.
So, but I want to move on to something pretty similar. This is specific about me. I just wanted to make a point. On Facebook, again, I saw a meme on Facebook. Sorry, we're getting a call. You want to take this call?
Should I answer?
No, you should not.
Just be like, hey, what's up?
I mean, with anyone else, I would say so, but no.
Well, he want to know.
What, you guys talk to him for 10 minutes and be like, yeah, we're just sitting here.
No, I guarantee he's just gonna be like, hey, do you want to hang out until you go to work?
Well, tell him, shut up.
Dude, shut up.
Thank you. I was on Facebook. I was just scrolling on through, and I saw this meme, quote unquote. It was just like a picture with a caption that was supposed to be funny. And I'm trying to find it now.
Is that what you tagged me in?
No.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
You'll know when I talk about it. But it was basically this guy slipping on some ice. Does that ring any bells to you?
Wait, what'd you say?
There's a guy slipping on ice, just like falling. No bells.
No.
Okay. A guy I know on Facebook.
Yes, I know what you're talking
Holy
about. I just remembered.
shit.
Holy shit.
Okay, we might end up putting it on there, but I don't know. It's really
Whatever.
Oh,
We'll figure it out.
sure. But it basically says, I slipped and fell on black ice. I thought it was regular ice, but when I got up, my wallet was gone.
I'm sorry.
Bruh.
That's
So
okay.
So normally, and I'll get back to that. So never mind. What I did when I saw this is I got angry. I got frustrated because of kind of what I was just talking about. We're moving forward in time, but for some reason, society is just going backwards. Like, that's a racist ass joke. That's pretty fucking cut and dry. It's a racist joke. It is a joke, and it is racist. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got mad. I got pissed off. And I was like, man, that's fucking dumb. I commented on it. And got into kind of a long, drawn out, less argument, more debate on whether it was just a joke or it was racist. And never at one point did I really think it wasn't a joke. I just thought it was a racist joke. That's all I was kind of trying to say.
Yeah.
And the other guy was like, well, it's not racist, dude. It's a joke. He's not racist. Like, this guy says, I'm not racist by any means. But, and It's
Isn't
just
he
like
one
it's
of
just a
them
joke.
dip spitters?
Yes, very much.
Mhm.
He, anyways, this isn't about him. This is about
I know.
me and my reaction. I got mad. I commented on his post that he thought was a joke. He didn't have malicious intent, which is debatable. But so at the end, I was just like,
I think
okay.
that goes back to the point of being like, I want to offend somebody,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna offend somebody. Like, so I like offensive jokes. I think they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but in an Anthony Jeselnik kind of way.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think he's very clever, but the shit he says is very offensive, and I think he goes for that. That's like his image. But just posting something like that is just like posting to get a reaction, posting to hopefully start an argument with somebody, and I think is just like, that's kind of fucked.
Well, in this kid's specific situation, he it seems definitely, because I was the only one who reacted negatively, the only one, and it's definitely seems like he's in an echo chamber. All he hears is this kind of a bigotry joke. Every joke is fine, etc. Which I have a long-standing belief that you can tell whatever joke you want. I really do.
Yeah.
About anything, you should be able to joke about anything. Not everyone agrees with that, which is fine. But see, in this situation, I contradicted myself, which is kind of what I wanted to point out. So I was arguing with this guy, and then I was like, okay, I went on your page, etc. It's fine. So I was like, one of my most cherished, I guess, like quotes, but like beliefs, was I do not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I have no idea who said that. I do not agree with what you say, but I will defend. Sorry, I'm Google searching who said that right now because I honestly don't remember.
Well, shit.
Shut up. Evelyn Beatrice Hall in 1906.
Okay. So,
anyways,
Yeah.
that person said it, and I absolutely agree with that. I don't agree with what it comes out of the First Amendment, specifically in America, where you have the right for speech, even hate speech. That's a big deal. That is especially now in today's time. There's a lot of back and forth. Should you be allowed to say this? Should you be allowed to preach about killing babies based on color? Shit like that. Personally, it's rough because I fucking hate that shit. But yeah, you should be allowed to say it. It's a matter of fact. It's America we live in. This is the country that was built. It was been made like that for a reason, and it was to be free. So, I just also wanted to point out that I said all those things, then I backed off, and I was fine. And the dude's family, friends, etc., everybody was just calling me a snowflake crybaby, and it didn't hurt my feelings because I was like, I mean, you all just
are wrong.
Well, they're allowed to have their opinions.
Well, yeah.
But they all chew and are gonna die an early death, so it's fine. But fuck you people for fucking getting me mad, dude. I'm just kidding. Totally not kidding there. But so I wanted to share another one that I believe he posted, and I didn't look at who posted it, but when I saw it, I laughed. And it's another joke, and it's this obviously like Muslim guy, and it's someone messaged him and he said, "Mate, I've looked in my shed and I can't find you. Are you sure you're in there?" And then he posts on Facebook the Middle Eastern gentleman said, "Wish you random fuckers would stop taking the piss out of my name. 50 message requests telling me to get out of your shed. I'm obviously not in your shed, you racist bastards, stupid infidels." And his name is first name Amin, last name Yashed. I'm in Yashed. And I thought that was fucking hilarious.
See,
I laughed my ass off.
Okay.
And that's racist as shit.
I don't even know if that's.
It's racist.
I don't know.
Do you think it's not real? Do you think it's a fake?
To me, no, it's not that. It's just, to me, that's like one of them pun things where somebody's like, "Oh, I'm in your shed," or like
Yeah,
there's videos like.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
And then he just like had that response, which I think made it more than that. But you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, there are different levels to racism as there are all things.
Well, yeah.
I mean, any level that steps into that category is obviously bad. But I was just saying, I laughed at this, and it was, I would still say, a prejudiced
Well, yeah.
joke.
Even if it's accidental, it's still got that quality to it.
And it's just, hypocrisy exists everywhere. It's rough. It's rough out here, fam.
That's rough.
I just wanted to point out that I laughed at that, even though I was so mad at the other thing. So,
Dude, I do that a lot. I contradict myself so much.
all the time.
Even on this podcast, you can go
Oh,
back
yeah.
and watch like 3 episodes, and I'll be like, "Yeah, no," and then you start talking, I'll be like, "Oh no, yeah, I agree."
Maybe you're just an idiot.
Probably.
What are you doing? What is that? Was that our number one sponsor? Aretas,
Aritas.
the best drink very little money can buy.
Dude, if we
That should
ever
be there.
ended up actually getting sponsored by them and they just sent us crates, like crates of Haritos, I wouldn't even need to get paid.
No, fuck getting
Just
paid.
free Haritos. I'd be like, "That's
Message
amazing."
him.
Message him?
Yes. Pull it up. Pull Facebook up, and try to.
Instagram.
We're gonna try to get a sponsorship right here. Episode 5 podcast. Wee out. That's how you spell it.
Haritos.
And I will talk about Dick's Sporting Goods. Big headline. It's coming from the Parkland, Florida shooting. All the students were doing a whole bunch of protesty kind of things. One of them was to boycott the NRA, but not necessarily a boycott to the NRA. It's more of stripping members of the NRA special privileges through businesses that have deals with the NRA, so technically taking money away from the NRA. Sort of. I don't know how much money, but specifically in the realm of Dick's Sporting Goods, said they would stop selling assault style weapons and will stop selling guns in general to anyone over 21. But the first part, just the assault weapons specifically, was for their Field and Stream stores to stop selling those, and the 21 and up was for all their places, Dick's and Field and Stream. Dick's Sporting Goods itself stopped selling assault weapon style weapons in 2012 after the Sandy Hook shooting. So I saw a lot of things like, fuck Dick's Sporting Goods, dude. This is fucking against the Second Amendment, all this stuff. And to just clarify, bet some lawyers would back me up on this. It is a private company. They can do what they want. To an extent, obviously, but that is completely within their right to sell what they want and what they don't want to sell to whom they want. If it's based on age, that's fine. That's not discrimination in any way. So, perfect. So yeah, Dick's, but it's also fine to, on the other side, for people not to shop there specifically because of choice the business made. That's perfectly fine. Plenty of businesses have suspended their NRA stuff, their benefits, and some businesses might continue to do that. It's whatever they want to do. It's their choice. Now, my next point is a question for Willie to see if he could answer. Did you just in our Instagram chat?
Yeah, I was seeing if it said like sent underneath of it or anything.
Did you send it to Horitas?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said, hold on. It might be a little cringy, but I don't care.
Oh no. Get
There's
ready for
obviously
a
some
cringe.
cringe
In five,
asking
five,
for a sponsorship.
four,
When they said-
four, three, two,
Stop.
two, one.
Okay.
Got a blast.
All right. I
ahead.
said, hey, Hardios, I don't really know how to go about this, but was wondering how to maybe get a sponsorship. Me and my friend have a podcast, and we're huge fans of your product. We frequently feature your drinks on our show, and it would be great if you could get back to me regarding this topic. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Could have done it better myself, except I would have done it better. Just kidding. No, that was perfect. I
Yeah.
couldn't have put something quite as elegant as you.
All right. So what question did you have? Vern?
Okay. Now the dingbat with the question mark. You've been
Okay.
wondering what that is all week, right?
Yep.
You're moist with anticipation. Not. Okay, that hurt me. Okay, dingbat. What the fuck does that mean? What is a dingbat? Where did the term dingbat come from? In the sense that it's used, oh, you're such a dingbat, or hey, quit being a dingbat. My mom used to call me a dingbat all the time.
I've definitely heard it before.
Yeah, a million times. At least I have. What does it mean? It means a goober, to goof, to be a goofy goober.
You damn dingbat.
Yeah, but where did it originate?
I feel like this is gonna sound a little weird, but I feel like it originated in like southern places, because I don't think
You
like,
dingbat.
yeah, like
You got damn
I literally
dingbat.
could think like some dad like 50 years ago was like spitting dip and chilling on his porch, and his
50 years ago, so he was not watching NASCAR.
no,
Okay.
but
NASCAR fans are like, God damn it, dude! The NASCAR 8500 started.
But he's like sitting there on his porch or whatever. His kid fucking does some shit, and he's like, "Hey, cut that shit out, you dingbat!" Like that's the only situation I can see that like being made up in.
True, that is the
Like-
only situation. You want to look it up, or you want me to?
What?
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
We're doing it loud and proud here at the Wee Wee's Out podcast.
Welcome back.
See, it sounds different in our headphones.
Yeah, it does. It sounds
because there's an
way
echo.
different. There's an echo. An
Oh.
echo in the water.
Around the world, there's an echo. Dingbat origin. Mid-19th century, an early use applied to various vaguely specific objects. Origin, uncertain, perhaps based on obsolete ding, to beat, deal heavy blows, since one dates from the earliest 20th century.
That's what's up. That's what I fucking said.
That's exactly what you said.
Yeah. So,
Goddamn dingbat. So that was that. Okay, I was curious if you had any ideas about dingbat. What your thoughts were on that. But the next topic I have here is the Rand Corporation. Now, I was perusing the news.
it's my
What?
cruising hand.
I said peruse with a
Okay.
you goob.
Continue.
You freaking dingbat.
Continue.
So I was perusing the news, and this independent government-funded study. Actually, I have no idea if it was government-funded, but this study came out for gun control, and it was very misleading, not well-written actual article.
Mhm.
But turns out there is a company called the Rand Corporation, R-A-N-D Corporation. Boom! This video's shut down. Fucking people come in like, get the down. No, I'm just kidding. It's a fucking weird situation. But the Rand Corporation is a think tank, an actual think tank of super fucking smart people. They've got hundreds and hundreds of Nobel Peace Prize winners amongst their ranks. basically specifically this corporation, the think tank did studies on gun control and ended up finding inconclusive data on a lot of stuff, and some with strong evidence for this increases the violence, this decreases, etc. Most of the shit was inconclusive. It found basically inconclusive data on whether or not an assault weapons ban would work, and etc. So, but I started researching the Rand Corporation because I thought it was weird. The name, as you know, it sounds like the Rand Corporation from the Iron Fist comics, because Iron Fist's name is Danny Rand.
Yep.
And his family has a company called the Rand Corporation, right? Is it just a corporation?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. It could be, but it's the Rand Company. It's the Rand Corporation. It's the Rand whatever. But so it intrigued me. I was like, holy shit! There's a company actually called that in real life. That's super weird. So I looked into it, and it's like I said, political think tank. Not necessarily political, but it's a think tank made up of scientists, engineers, a whole bunch of other shit. It was started right after World War II. A 5-star general who I imagine retired was like, we need a bunch of very smart people to try to solve some issues in this interesting progressing world that as it went into the Cold War. And so he convinced the owner of the Douglas company that made Douglas airplanes to use their factory as the actual corporate headquarters for this think tank, and started collecting scientists and aerospace engineers and astronauts. Insert smart person here. They were in that think tank.
Uh-huh.
And now they have almost like 2,000 people, and they're doing all kinds of studies. And in the article I was reading about the place, it was like it inspired the moon landing, and inspired the every spy plane there ever was, SR-71 Blackbird, and inspired tons of physics achievements, and it inspired the Hadron Collider. Basically any far out batshit super smart invention was inspired by it in the think tank. Can't really back that up with fact. That's just what I read. Could be wrong. Could be absolute truth. It is a little shady. It's a weird corporation. Think tanks in general, I think, are weird. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. What we know they've done a gun control study. They've done a healthcare study. And that's pretty much all I know for a fact. But isn't that fucking, do you not think that's weird at all?
It's definitely weird. I just looked it up. It said the Rand Company, and
It was the Rand Company?
no, but I'm just calling it that because it was called two different things. It was called the Rand Corporation, and it was also called Rand Enterprises, which I don't think they would use enterprises in a modern day setting, just because of the Wayne Enterprises. It's like a.
Are you talking about the comics right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think.
Well, they do. Oh, that's Queen Consolidated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
So I don't think they would use, just because they're like rivals or whatever, opposite competing things, and they use enterprises. So I don't think they would use it as a corporation. But it's whatever.
So they use both.
Yeah, they use both.
Do you know when Iron Fist started as a comic series? Lucas. Because the Rand Corporation started right after World War II. So like 1946, 1947.
I think Iron Fist was after that.
See, I thought that as well.
I'm going to make sure.
And RAND stands for Research and Development.
Yeah, Iron Fist Volume 1, Number 1 was November 1975.
Ooh, okay. That started pretty late.
I knew it was a little while. Marvel Comics didn't even start for a while after that. Because,
it's not technically true.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, with the whole Spider-Man and shit like that.
Spider-Man.
Because, like, Batman and Superman were just created, like, around that time. And they were some of the first
Around what time?
World War II.
Okay, I was about to say. I think
They
you were
were
saying
created right
1970
before
something.
World War II started. Like, Batman's first appearance was 1939. Superman's was 1938. So, and the whole point of them was to, at the time, give kids hope during wartime.
Mhm.
That was like the whole point of having a comic book character. And then it became this huge pop culture thing, and here we are today with a
So back on the
billion
Rand
movies out.
Corporation. That's super weird. I just wanted to bring attention to it.
Yeah.
Now you have a question for me, and it's a little thing we might start doing. Willie, you want to take it away, Willie?
Okay, so basically, I want to maybe start a segment where either he or me ask, basically it's what's better. And,
What we think is better.
yeah, what we think is better. And I wanted to start this because there are a lot of things that I like that Charlie doesn't like. There are a lot of things that, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of things that I like that Charlie doesn't like. There's a lot of things that I think are genius that Charlie think is absolutely stupid. So, I wanted to start this
That's really
basically to
stupid of
figure
you to
out
say.
what.
I'm just kidding. I said that's stupid of you to say.
But basically, I wanted to start this to figure out who is, or not who, but what is better in Charlie's mind based on,
Whatever the fuck I think.
yeah, whatever the fuck he thinks.
My
So-
opinion.
The first one this week I wanted to do was music, specifically artists.
Wait. Like painting?
Yeah, like Michelangelo versus Raphael, Donatello versus Leonardo. Just, but so I went to my notes like I had something written up, but I'm just gonna kind of make it up. But so 2 people that I know for a fact that you do not like in almost any way, like you can't stand them almost.
Mhm.
Whit Lowry
Whit Lowry.
and Macklemore.
Lit Lowry.
Putting them against each other, who do you think's better?
Well, I've heard more Macklemore than Whit Lowry.
Well, yeah.
But that's because Macklemore's on the radio.
Well, yeah.
That's the only reason I've heard more. I turn it off anyways as soon as I can, usually. A better artist between the two. I'm done. I'm going to bed. I'm just kidding. I want to lean more towards Whit Lowry, just because I like the deeper kind of stuff, the more emotional, the more real, kind of songs. Just because I connect more with that, and that actually means something. And riding through the town on mopeds, going to the thrift shop isn't important in life. Well, that's not necessarily true.
That's true.
Fun's great. Fun songs are great, but deep songs are better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, every time.
Yeah, that'd be my answer too. But I like both those people.
Yeah.
But I
But I
definitely
think
say Whit Lowry over
Whit Lowry.
Macklemore. He's more real. Second one is
Oh, we have more.
yeah.
Wow,
there's-
you didn't
there's
tell me
more.
this was gonna be like at
There's gonna
least
be-
2 parts.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 3 to 5
Oh
questions.
fuck! It's a quiz. I'm just kidding.
Next one, I'm gonna say, Kendrick Lamar, or what's the other one I was thinking? I had him against somebody in my mind.
Mhm. Sure you did.
I did.
Kevin Hart. Just
No.
kidding.
Um,
You're like, that doesn't make sense.
that's fuck. I can't think of something.
Well, then go to the next one and go back to
All
it.
right, next one is 2 people that you like.
Good.
Eminem.
Mhm.
Or I think I know your answer to this, but Eminem or Watsky.
Watsky.
That's what I figured you'd say.
I like Watsky more than Eminem because with him specifically, a lot of the shit sticks more.
Mm.
Like Eminem's got a lot of content, but then again, Watsky's got, at least in the years he's been active, has quite a bit too. Uh,
Yeah, and I'd say probably quite more bit from Watsky that you enjoy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for you.
Eminem has a lot of Slim Shady shit where he's cutting up his wife and shit, and
Mm.
that's fine, and it's well done considering what it is.
Yeah.
But Watsky's is a lot deeper normally, more fun for me to listen to. He has such a different style than Eminem. Eminem is a wordsmith in every way, shape, and form, but Watsky really knows his way around the English language, more so than most English speaking people I've ever met. So his shit just, it sounds better. He says it better. I do like fast rapping to an extent. Watsky's really good at that. I like his slam poetry. I can't say that about anyone at all
Yeah.
I've ever heard slam poetry. I'm like, this is fucking garbage. But when Watsky does it, I'm like, tell him.
Tell him.
So I definitely, it's not that I connect more with Watsky, but I tend to like Watsky stuff more.
Makes sense. All right, and last one. Another two people that you like. I know your real answer. I know who you like more, but I just want to put everything based on, lyrically or the meaning, basically. Logic or NF.
Logic.
That's
Even-
what I assumed you'd say.
Even still.
Yeah.
Because I know what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
but even based on feels and emotions, Logic is such a goob in a lot of ways, but he literally has a lot more shit that I've listened to and I've enjoyed. And out of that shit, he even has more smaller subsection, even so, stuff that meaningful stuff. Some of it's a lot of the same or very similar, but it's
Mhm.
still like a lot more meaningful shit that I enjoy. One of my favorite songs of all time is Intermission by Logic. And he starts the song off and he says, "Sometimes I fantasize about traveling space and time. I think about specific moments that I could rewind, not to redo it, but relive it. I can give it one more go about it and truly understand the deeper things that I don't know about it." Bars. But I think that's one of my favorite lines of any song
It's very clever.
I've ever heard,
It's very
because I feel that way a lot,
Yeah.
like all the time. Like I would give anything for a chance like that.
Mhm.
Just not to change anything, just to understand it in the mature mind I have now, or mature to
Mhm.
me versus. So yeah, but NF stuff is, I mean, it's gripping, it's real, and you can tell it comes from a place where he's had some shit happen and he's come through it and he's still coming through it technically. So it's like it's like they're very on par with each other. Logic just has like slightly more shit. Like if NF came with one more album and it was just as good as his last one, it was just as real,
Mhm.
he'd be up top.
Yeah.
Between those two.
I think I'd pick
Nef-
yeah, NF.
You've been listening to NF a
situation,
little
yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
So I like his new album, but I've heard a few of his other songs and I just can't get into him as much.
Mm.
So that's why I feel that way.
Yeah. I just think he's unique, very clever.
Unique in New York.
And even it, like, I say unique, but he sounds like white rapper basically.
What?
But yeah.
He's a white rapper?
But a lot of people compare him to Eminem, and
Eminem.
which I think is true. He definitely has that style, but I think it's still unique
Mhm.
in its way
Definitely.
to be like on that way. Whatever the fuck that means. But
You remember who you were gonna pair with Kendrick?
I have no idea.
Well, shit. Neither do I.
Yeah, that'd be
Drake?
nice to remember, but
Drake?
Yes, that was who it was. It was Kendrick Lamar
I was
and
just
Drake.
like, who don't I like? Who I like just as much
'Cause-
as Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, because when I was thinking about it, it was people that I thought were on the same level to me.
Uh-huh. You think
Um,
Drake's on the same level of Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't like Kendrick Lamar, but I have a lot of respect for him as opposed to Drake. Drake's not a rapper. Kendrick
Well, yeah.
Lamar is. Well, if we're just talking about rap, obviously. But like lyrically, Kendrick Lamar is like still pretty good for the most part. He has some songs that are absolute cancer, but lyrically, it's a lot better than Drake. I don't in a hotline bling. It's fucking
So you'd say Kendrick Lamar's better?
yeah,
than Drake.
definitely. I've only heard recently a few songs by Kendrick Lamar that I enjoy, and I have more songs with Drake in it that I enjoy than Kendrick Lamar.
Mhm.
But Kendrick Lamar's by far a better artist.
Yeah, I definitely believe so. I think Drake made one of the
Wait,
best.
Drake from Drake and Josh, right?
Yeah,
It's just gonna take some time.
but I think Drake made one of the best hip hop songs of all time.
Hip hop.
That being Forever, which wasn't really him doing that, but it was just
He has
the
a verse.
Well, yeah, but the four best artists at the time, definitely at the time, just the all-in-one song was just like, this is nuts. This is insane.
Yeah.
But I definitely say Kendrick.
Even still listening to that song, I'm just like, God damn, that was who's the manager who set that shit up? Because he needs a raise 10 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Because that shit was amazing. I mean, he got Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Drake, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Drake was like definitely super up and coming, but everyone knew who Drake was. But he got Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Eminem in a song together, which isn't Eminem's been with Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne's been with Eminem. Kanye didn't really do anything very much.
I think
with
the
Eminem.
hardest people to get in that was Eminem and Kanye.
Yeah,
I think because Drake and Lil Wayne, they were on the same label. They were
Yeah.
obviously going to do a song together.
definitely. Lil Wayne signed Drake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And Drake would work with any of those artists any day of the week.
absolutely.
Because
Especially
he was up
being-
and coming.
exactly.
So there was that, and then Lil Wayne was also a little bit younger than those two, so I think he idolized them in some way. So he would have done the same thing. He'd have been like, "Yeah, I'll do that." But I think Kanye is all in his head, and he could have just been like, "Nah," and
Yeah.
then they'd have been like, "Oh, fuck it, we'll get Jay-Z," and then Jay-Z could have been
Mhm.
like, "Nah." But just seeing those four together on
and
one song
it could
is
have been a
insane. It's like-
bad song. It could have,
It could, yeah, for sure.
but it turned out great. It turned out
and
fantastic.
it's like some of the best verses we've heard from those artists too, which is like, holy shit.
yeah, tater tots on my shotgun. I still think Kendrick's a better artist than Drake, but tater tots
yeah,
on my shotgun.
100%. But
What is it?
I just wanted to boast forever. for a
Something
little
something sandwiches, syrup
bit.
sandwiches.
Syrup sandwiches.
Yeah,
that's my
good.
favorite thing he's ever said.
I wonder if that's an actual thing or he just said it because
Who knows?
who knows. Comment down below your sexual orientation, like, subscribe, just completely go over that. No. So yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I like music and I like shitting on musicians because they can do things I can't, like make money, etc. Did you listen to the Mike Shinoda song I sent you?
Oh, no, not yet. Is it good?
Bruh.
Is it
You
good?
haven't?
Dude, there is a fucking... I
There?
saw it.
There is?
Yeah, there is. I saw it on fucking on Facebook or something. Fans are like petitioning to have Mike Shinoda do a concert, and just Mike Shinoda, not Linkin Park, Mike Shinoda in like their city. I was like, that's out of nowhere. Holy shit.
That's
Like-
random.
Yeah, exactly. It's out of nowhere. Like,
Well, if he
all of a
doesn't want to
sudden-
do a tour, then he doesn't have to.
well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, people like want that, which I thought was like
I mean, Mike
kind of out of
Shinoda's
nowhere.
the man.
Well, yeah,
I mean, he's dope.
he's pretty good.
I mean, Fort Minor was my shit.
Yeah, they had a bunch of not well.
One album, a whole album's worth of dingers, dude.
Yeah, fucking great
I'm
music.
taking the high road.
He was
going
like
above ya.
the mastermind behind Linkin Park. He's like
Mhm.
the guy that brought them together, and
Well,
like-
there was a kind of emo kid with blonde hair, spiky, bleach blonde hair.
no, he auditioned to be in Linkin Park.
I know.
Yeah,
Isn't that so weird?
yeah, that's so weird. It's really weird to think about.
Yeah, it's just like crawling in my skin or something.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah.
These words I cannot heal, dude.
But anyway, here's Wonderwall.
It's a good
But
one.
dude, you need to get alone. You need to turn the lights down low. Maybe get in the shower and listen to that song.
Maybe I'll do that after this. I'm getting in the shower
It'll
after this.
fuck you. It will fuck you up.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Especially with recent events.
Oh man, I'm excited,
Dude,
dude.
I listened to it and I was like, oh my god, Willie's gonna cry.
Dude, on my drive to my mom's on Sunday, I hadn't really like bawled about losing my brother yet, other than when I was on the phone with my oldest brother
Mhm.
and you were here.
I was staring at you.
Yeah.
I was just like,
But
cry.
I was driving to my mom's and this song called "Last Letter" by Whit Lowry came on, which is about him losing his dad. Like his dad
I've
died.
heard parts of it.
Yeah. And I was like gonna change it, but I was like, nah, I need to get this. I need to get this out.
You're like, this has to happen.
This has to happen. So I'm driving down the highway listening to the song. I was leaning against my window, fucking bawling my eyes out. just like just like driving on the highway, just bawling.
That's amazing.
And then How Could You Leave Us by NF came on right after.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I listened to that too.
You're crying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like driving down the highway. Just
You
like,
didn't listen to any chess band? You didn't listen to any Linkin Park?
I listened to One More Light. Like,
Oh shit, that would have fucked me up.
I think,
I played it for you in the car after we.
yeah.
Oh, that was a terrible idea.
And I listened to Leave Out All the Rest because I put that in my speech at the funeral.
Mhm.
So I listened to it, and that fucked me up.
Solid choice. I remember when I showed you that song, you were like flipping shit for like that whole like night. You just listened to it on repeat like a shit ton.
I listened to it. Like,
You're like, I've never
crazy.
heard this dude. This is so good.
dude,
I think it was
it's
right after he
such a
died,
good song.
right?
What?
Did we listen to it right after or right before?
It was right after.
Okay, that makes
Because
sense.
you were like, dude, it's so weird. He was literally talking about dying in this song.
like, listen to the song. He's gonna die. So that was all the topics I have. Do you wanna pull something in your ass real quick here?
Well, we're at 58. We're almost done. So we might as well start our closings now.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
We have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up. So you better hide your husband and hide your wait. I fucked up. Anyways, so hopefully this video equipment works out better. Maybe we can-
Hopefully, we can zoom in post-production.
and you won't know what we're talking about the goofy stuff.
So hopefully we can zoom in a little bit in post-production and make it not so fishbowl-y.
Yeah, because it's kind of got a fishbowl lens.
Yeah. And then hopefully, I don't know, we got some shit to figure out basically within the next week.
Yep.
But yeah, we're back. We're doing videos. We're fucking some shit up.
Around the time we send this out, hopefully either around the same time or shortly thereafter, we're gonna have a couple bloopers up of dumb shit we did the first month we were doing this, because we've been doing this for over a month now, and it's been I mean, even though our views and subscriptions aren't the greatest, I mean, we're not fucking millionaires already, which is shitty. Come on, people. But it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot
Even
of fun.
it's so frustrating to get this equipment
It's
figured out.
so frustrating.
But
And
it's a
we've
lot of
had
fun.
problems with getting like when we were recording with our phones, we had problems getting the video to the fucking computer. We had problems syncing up everything. We had so many problems, and it was really frustrating. But it's really fun to do this.
Yeah.
And I think showing all of our fuck ups and all the parts where we just were completely stupid, even more dumb than you get to see on camera. I think that'd be fun to put out and
Definitely
do one every 5 episodes or whatever.
Yeah, whatever we decide to do.
Yeah.
Whenever we get enough footage to put out a tiny little video.
Yeah.
So I'm signing off. This is Charlie.
And I'm Wheelie.
And we love you.
Yep. Love y'all. See ya.
Goodbye.